And welcome to the B&T Sportstalk show. Man, another wonderful Sunday evening as we try to stay awake during this Patriots-Chargers game. It's making me sleepy if I'm being honest. But welcome to the show. We appreciate y'all joining us. I'm T and I'm here with B. If you like what you're hearing, check out some of our older videos. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. B, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Just fighting these allergies that just came upon me for some odd-ass reason.
Hey, man, it happens this time of year. Hey, it's better than being sick, man.
I mean, it feels like it, I'm being sick. But I wanted to get on the show to thank every one of my people who participated in fantasy football this year. I know we talked about it because the game was coming to an end, this and that. But, thanks, suckers. Appreciate this. Really do.
As one of those suckers, whatever.
Appreciate this big ass, unnecessary, oversized ring that I'm never gonna wear, but y'all paid for it. So, man, you know what? And I even went out, spent a little extra money with y'all's money, bought myself this little dope ass case too. So you can see a little light on there as well. Yeah.
Great, awesome.
Close the book on that season. It's over. Just wait till I hang my banners up later.
Banners? Seriously?
100%. I'm enjoying this, dude. I'm gonna enjoy this to the high heavens. Every time someone loses next year that ends a perfect season, I'm popping a bottle of apple cider. I'm celebrating being the only person undefeated in this league. Believe that.
That was 2 years ago, man.
I don't care. The Dolphins doing that shit was like back in the 70s, bro.
Oh man, well, as one of the people that contributed, forget you, man. Whatever. Okay, I did my best. I did what I could. Stayed out of last place.
You stayed out of last place. That's all that matters,
as
right?
I do every season.
Hey,
I pretty much lose every single game until stuff gets tight, and I'm trying to avoid last place. Then that's when the true competitive nature comes out of my fantasy team. But
don't stay in last place.
No,
Good job.
Got out of there. Yep, 7th place, baby. Woohoo! I didn't get a ring.
Shit.
But,
but you avoided the punishment.
I avoided the punishment, which is to be doled out by you or the community. What are we doing?
It's doled out by me.
Oh boy, you gonna remember to do it this time?
Probably not. I got too much shit going on, man. Can't even remember what day it is. You want me to remember to hand out a fantasy football punishment? Jeez Louise.
Well, now that we've given B 5 minutes to gloat about our fantasy league, let's jump into some playoff football. We had some predictions last week, actually.
Guess who was wrong in all of them? Me!
I got some of them, but I didn't get all of them. Let's see. I believe starting. Let me pull up the playoff bracket because we gotta go through this because we took the time. We took the time to make the picks.
Papa J, Brock MV Purdy. Well, it wasn't Purdy for him today, but he got it done.
He did get the job done. He definitely got the job done. I'll give that to him.
We will definitely talk about that game.
We were in complete disagreement on the NFC games, and we were in agreement on all of the AFC games. So let's start with the NFC where we were in disagreement. You picked.
I thought I took the Jags.
No, I said the NFC. Wait.
Yeah, we were in disagreement with the NFC, but I thought I took the Jags.
I took the Jags too. We both lost.
Oh, we're idiots.
Yeah. So the NFC is where you picked Carolina Panthers.
Oh, they almost had that one.
And in your defense, that was a very entertaining game.
It was.
CJ Young, Bryce Young, was out there balling. I'm getting mixed up with CJ Stroud. Was out there balling. Stafford probably earned the MVP. That play to Parkinson at the end was
that was a dime.
That was a crazy play for a touchdown.
Shout out Kobe Parkinson, Stanford grad. Nice to see him doing wonderful things. Shout out.
That was a great game.
It was.
It seemed like they went back and forth throughout this game. It was up and down the whole time. You thought the Panthers, maybe they couldn't keep up. The first quarter was ho hum, but they came with the fireworks in the fourth, and it was just back and forward. It was a really good fourth quarter. It was fun to see, man. I didn't think that the Panthers, after barely making it into the playoffs. And they lost the last game of the season against the Buccaneers.
Yep.
But You were right, man. The last time they played. Oh, I think that's it. New England scores a touchdown. That might be the end of it. First touchdown of this entire game. Hunter Henry.
Stafford and MVP should not be in the same sentence.
Yeah, but it may
gonna happen.
It's
not May. After watching what Drake May's doing right now,
yeah,
it's happening.
Yeah, Stafford, 42 attempts, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The both offenses I think were clicking a little better than any of us would have anticipated. What's his name? Oh, who we got? Here he is. Coker. Great game. Coker. 134 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. And Bryce Young again slinging that thing for 264. I think if I'm the Panthers fan, I'm thinking we're not far off here. I thought
that throw Bryce Young had in the corner of the end zone to
Yeah.
give him a lead late in the game was a dime.
Yeah.
That was an absolute dot to the corner of the end zone there. You got to be happy as a Panthers fan, man.
Yeah, dropped it right in the pocket. Right in the pocket.
Be happy as a Panthers fan to watch your team go through this here. That was a fight that they put up.
Yeah. No, it was. And if it were for some last second heroics, they had this game in hand. So, good for the Panthers. Hopefully they spin it into next season. Hopefully we start to see the Panthers at the top of the NFC South instead of the Buccaneers. Maybe it's time to hand that baton off. Even though 3 teams were tied in that crummy division.
Papa J says Drake May gonna get MVP. He's my MVP vote. If I had one, I would vote him as the MVP. But you could tell it's some nerves right now in the playoffs for him.
Yeah, I mean, and that's to be expected. He's a young quarterback coming in trying to win a playoff game in the first time. So yeah, this is not gonna be easy. Good thing is though, they're playing the Chargers, and the Chargers have been they've underperformed quite a bit, especially in this game on the offensive end of the ball. They've been pretty whack. Now for the Rams move on. Let's see. Let me go back. Who else we got? Rams move on. So I was right. I got that pick right. B got that one wrong. And then another excellent game was Green Bay and Chicago.
Ooh. That game was ferocious, bro.
I mean, these two teams were going at it. You had 2 young quarterbacks who were just killing it, making throws all over the field. Jordan Love's stat line is ridiculous. 323, 4 TDs, no picks. But Caleb Williams was the one that threw some of the best passes at the end of that game.
Yes.
One of them where he was going left, scrambling out of the pocket, and throws a dime to I forgot who he threw it to. Was it?
I think it was Loveland, wasn't it?
It might have been Loveland, going out of bounds to keep their drive going, because at that point the game would have been over. And then I don't think it was on the very next play, may have been, but on the last play, really the clincher touchdown of the game was another nice throw to the left side of the end zone to a wide open player for a touchdown. So I thought Caleb Williams played really, really well. A lot of crap was talked about this guy, but he really showed up in this game. And the Packers also with Jordan Love, they finally got healthy Jordan Love back, and he came to play as well. And really between the 2 quarterbacks, had probably one of the better performances. So, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. They couldn't pull it out. Really just came down to one drive at the end of the game that the Bears needed to win the game, and that's what they did. Give it to the Bears, who had to make a huge comeback because this game wasn't looking too great.
Well, it was ugly for them to start off with.
Yeah, and after the first half. I thought the game was over, honestly. I was like, this is boring. Bears can't score. And it was 21-3. And they reeled off 28 points in the second half, 25 points in the fourth quarter alone. So huge comeback by the Bears, who found their offense being mainly through your boy Caleb Williams, and they found a way to get it done for sure. And Loveland.
Yeah,
So
it's that was a great game all the way around.
yeah,
From the get go. And I mean, the Bears, when you looked at the game, it was like, oh man, it could have really gotten out of hand. But
yeah,
shout out to the defense as well, who kind of just kept everything within reach for the offense there. Because here's the thing, the Bears can move the ball down the field. That's not a problem. It really isn't there. But there are sporadic moments where the team just looks like, they look perfect on one drive, then the next drive they look utter like crap, right? There's not
yeah,
a lot of consistency. Manungai is taking a lot of carries away from DeAndre Swift as well. But I think that's just going to be the running back of the future for the Bears in regards to that. But I think what helped was being at home. Whoever was
yeah.
going to be the home team that game I think, was probably going to end up winning that game. My boy dipshit Derek from Stranger Things was on the field as well. So everything was pointing right for the Bears to win that game. And this sets up a really, really big matchup that we'll talk about later here between the Rams and the Bears. But I do like that resilience that the Bears showed. There just wasn't give up. But dude, the Bears and Packers gave us 3 great games this year. The overtime win in Chicago, the game in Green Bay that the Packers won, and then you had this one as well. And what was better is you thought the Niners and Seahawks were a rivalry. These two teams have been playing against each other for over 100 years.
Yeah, they're the oldest franchises.
They do not like each other. They do not like each other one bit. That handshake at the 50-yard line showed you that the rivalry is still real with these two teams here. So that was a game to watch there. And I mean, Bears fans are out wild, man. These dudes were running around shirtless.
They should be. I mean, when was the last time the Bears have won a playoff game, man? It's been forever and a day. You'd almost have to go back to the team that played in the Super Bowl against the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Papa J says, I've been saying J-Lo is overrated. I don't think Jordan Love's overrated. I think he's a good quarterback. I think that defense is overrated, though. I don't think their defense is really that good.
Well, don't call him J-Lo. That's probably the first problem.
Yeah, because then Diddy's going to come out. We just don't need all this.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I don't know what it is, but, man, 12-degree weather, running around shirtless watching a football game is...
Hey, man, you got to show up for your team, man. And the Bears fans did that. They have to. A home game, have been in the playoffs in quite a while, and they had to show up and show out. And then from the looks of it, the Bears needed every bit of it because they spent the first half of this game doing absolutely nothing, and then they picked up quite quickly in the fourth quarter. So,
yeah,
kudos to the Bears for being able to move through. And then we got... Let's talk. Well, actually, you know what? Let's skip over to the other side. I'll save the Niner game for later. So we had Buffalo and Jacksonville. I picked Jacksonville. I thought they had a good chance playing at home against Buffalo, who Buffalo kind of ran out of a little steam towards the end of the season this year. They weren't playing as well as they were, at the halfway point. And, Josh Allen has to carry that entire team on his shoulders, and
damn near did it today.
That doesn't always work, but you know what? He got it done. He got it done, man. Well, first off, that last drive, looks like the Patriots are ending this thing.
You see Justin Herbert? He looked dead.
Well, did you see the hit he took?
He all right.
He spun back. He took a helmet to the chest, man. He ain't coming back, man.
Easy for me to say, right? I'm just sitting in a chair with my headphones on. I should probably relax. Start sounding like Stephen A. Smith all of a sudden.
Right. Well, now you use a rainbow hairline. Get you there.
Ooh, man, that's not a rainbow hairline. That's a Niagara Falls hairline.
Got that yeah. So my expectation was Josh Allen trying to carry the thing would be difficult going on the road against Jacksonville, but he got the job done. The Jaguars did have an opportunity to win this game. And the offenses didn't do anything particularly crazy. Most of this game was it was a little bit of back and forth, but at a very slow pace. It wasn't until we got into the fourth quarter, like many of the games throughout the playoffs, really, where the fourth quarter, everything just kind of kicks up. And that's what we saw in this game as well. Both teams that pretty much found themselves in a shootout in the fourth quarter, scoring touchdowns back and forward. And unfortunately, when Jacksonville got the ball on the last play or last drive, it ended with a interception, which didn't work. But one play I want to point out is at one point there was I believe it was a third or fourth down play at around the 10-yard line. Oh my goodness, Drake May just got destroyed. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh, they making. Oh, yeah, I grabbed my head too, sir. They're making pads pop right now.
He got the same treatment that that was a fumble too, but they couldn't quite get to it. Man, he got.
So you want to be a quarterback in the NFL?
Oh man.
Yeah, show it again. Come on, one more time.
Drake May's like, dude, where am I? But anyway, so Jacksonville had the opportunity, had the last drive of the game, but unfortunately had a tipped catch by a wide receiver, which turned into an interception, which sounds about right for Trevor Lawrence, to be honest with you, on the last drive of that game. But what I want to talk about was, yes, it was the tush push that went like 10 yards.
You mean the Jesus push? That
wasn't
a butt push. That was a Jesus push, dog.
The Buffalo Bills late in game, they had I believe it was a fourth down play where they needed like 1 yard. And they pushed that thing from like the 11-yard line down to at first it was called a touchdown, I believe, and they had to take it back. So and Josh Allen wasn't even running. At one point, he's like he's kind of upright, but being held by one of his offensive linemen. And then the rest of the Bills' offensive linemen just come running in behind him, and almost like a chariot just pick him up and carry him. They just carried him into the end zone.
They gave him the gladiator treatment. Remember when he dies in the end of the movie? So they all pick him up and carry him
around.
That's really what that play was, man. Like, he didn't have to do anything. He just stood there.
He stood basically and throw his ass in the end zone. Look, but we got to talk about that. Is that, obviously there's the play that we have where you can't fumble the ball forward, right? You can't intentionally kick the ball forward and turn it into additional yards or a touchdown or whatever, right? Should we start looking at some of these, or should the NFL start looking at some of these plays where these butt pushes or tush pushes are turning into carries, where they're literally like offensive linemen are picking guys up or somewhat basically carrying them alongside them and carrying them 4 or 5 yards down the field? It seems a little weird. What's your take on that? Should the ball be called dead when the player's progression stops on plays like that?
Hold on. Papa Shea said that's not a tush push. That's a tush reamer. Man, he got it good up in that butt tush. But
P. Diddy special.
Look, they banned players assisting pushing piles, right? This all started with Reggie Bush and the USC Trojans against Notre Dame. They pushed Matt Leinart into the end zone, wins them the game. They don't allow it, right? Yeah. But then Philly does the tush push, right? No one adapts it, right? Everyone complains. You know what's funny? The Buffalo Bills were one of those teams that really wanted it out of the league. Like, they said it was just the most unfair thing to do. And then, Lord and behold, you do it today, and it damn near wins you the freaking game. So there's no complaining about it now, right? Like, I don't like a step back that requires 4 steps behind a 3-point line to get a shot off, right? Harden. But it's allowed in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
This is now allowed in the league. You saw the Niners do it today. You saw the Bills do it today. Obviously, the Eagles, everybody's doing it now.
Yeah.
Like, you remember when a quarterback sneak was just like a dive?
Yeah, it's like 1 yard.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, I'm going to grab you and then I'm going to push you. But then you literally saw the lineman carrying him.
Yeah. It was like, come on, buddy.
Yards.
Let's go. Because at one point, the progress had stopped. And it was like, okay, well, the play should be over. But no, the refs let that thing keep going. And then offensive lineman had him upright, carried him a little further. Rest of the offensive line came in, and they just kept pushing him into the end zone. So
I think what made me laugh even more, though, was after the play, Josh Allen got up like he pushed that pile.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you didn't do shit.
You didn't do anything.
You got carried into the end zone, man.
Literally.
And then they literally ran the same play the second time around. For the
they
touchdown.
Did. Yeah, they did and got the touchdown. So it just, It's the tush push, not going anywhere. But I think the refs should, when progress is stopped, the refs on those plays should call it dead. Because look, I understand in a running back situation where you're handing off to running back, a couple guys try to stop him, they don't get him, he spins off or whatever. But in these situations, these guys are being held up, they're being stopped, and then all of a sudden, because the whistle's not blown, the offensive lineman decides, you know what, I'm just gonna pick him up and I'm just gonna carry him a few more yards if you don't mind.
Like he was bouncing him out of the club. He said, "All right, you're good. We gotta go."
I still don't know if that should be a legal play, but whatever. They got the TD. They got the job done. Unfortunately, look, Jaguars couldn't return the favor.
You got to give credit to Josh Allen today because that boy was taking a beating left and right. In the first quarter, he had somebody basically sit on his head, right? And they put him into the tent. He then gets his knee rolled on. He hits his hand on a helmet while throwing a ball. The guy was getting banged up left and right. Yeah. Josh Allen literally put this game on his shoulders and said, we're going to go win this game.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's defense was top-notch today. You had the number one run defense against the number one pass defense today. So nothing was going to give, right? James Cook, I don't even think he broke 50 yards today. No. That was your league-leading rusher.
Yeah.
In regards to that there. So it's... that was a well-played game. Jacksonville was going to make a lot of noise into that game there. Like, I think had they pulled that one off, they probably would have been one of the harder teams to beat in the AFC. But you got to give kudos to the Bills, man. They weren't supposed to win that game. Not at all. They weren't even supposed to do that. And they came out and, Trevor Lawrence was not accurate with his throws today. He really wasn't. But that's the Bills' defense being the number one for a reason there. Like, a lot of tip balls. It was, as Nelly would say, it was a tip drill.
A tip drill, for sure. And unfortunately, that's what led to kind of the couple of the interceptions, but then the one at the end, which hurt the most, which was a ball that was thrown to a player that wasn't quite open, but unfortunately, the tip of the fingers, ball ends up in the defender's hand. And Trevor Lawrence throughout the season, oh my God, these quarterbacks are getting killed, bro. What is happening? Can somebody please call an offensive line?
Dude, I think that's like the 10th sack in this game now.
I mean, Herbert just got annihilated. He got picked up and slung. Seriously.
Well, I guess the defense reflects the score, maybe?
Yeah, I guess, but man, he got crushed.
Bro, the linebacker had a free route.
That's inexcusable, man. That's inexcusable. I mean,
and then he pulled him backwards, too?
Yeah, on his leg. You saw that?
Jesus, man.
That's horrible. But yeah, no, these quarterbacks are getting Drake May and Herbert are battling it out for test dummy of the week right now. Or crash test dummy of the week.
What's the movie with the Wayans brothers? They're sitting there one more time when they got in the car. They use them as a crash subject. That's exactly what they look like in this game right now, man.
These offensive lines should be fired immediately.
They got to wrap him up like the dude from the kid, Little Giants, where his mom doesn't want him getting hit, so they wrap him up in all this protective padding. And still ends up bumping his head.
He can't even run, right?
Wow, Papa J. Herbert getting smacked like Tina Turner.
They went an all-out blitz on that one, but he got the ball off.
See, dude, this is why I'm glad I never played football. You saw that tackle, right? Took his legs out. I'd have done like a 360 heel flip getting hit like that, bro. They got to ban that hit. I think they have to ban that hit.
Go low?
Yes.
Well, you can't go high.
You shouldn't go low either, dude. Those are knees.
Yeah.
Just watch this. Pow!
But, man, I mean, first off, if that's me and I hit the ground at that speed, I'm done.
Broken. Yeah.
I'm done. 100%. It's over, bro. It's over. Now the Patriots are just all out blitzing.
Yeah, because they trying to commit a double homicide on the field right now, man.
It's not working though. They're giving up plays, but with only 3 minutes
they have time to do this. So I don't see it being a bad idea with these all out blitzes because you're up 2 scores realistically. Right. The pressure you put on them and and you're going to have to force the Chargers to potentially use timeouts to ice this game. But to get back to the Bills and Jags game, I think where are the Bills going now?
I gotta look at what the future bracket, what the brackets. I think we'd have to wait for some other games.
We have to wait tomorrow for the
Yeah.
Texans and Steelers game to finish out.
Because whoever is the whole higher and lower seed. So, yeah, we'll have to wait for tomorrow before we see what happens with that.
Yeah.
And the other game, let's see, because we picked this game's still going, so we really don't have much to talk about for the AFC. It looks like New England's going to win, but we don't know that. And then Houston and Pittsburgh's tomorrow. So let's jump in. Let's talk about the 49er game a little bit. I thought this was an impressive win by the 49ers. This thing was a defensive struggle. This was a serious defensive struggle.
Yeah.
Neither one of these teams could really find a ton of offense. Matter of fact, the biggest play of the game was a pass that was thrown by a wide receiver. Just to kind of give some perspective on that.
Well, I would argue that one. I think it was the first drive that the Niners had, the one the throw to Demarcus Robinson.
Yeah, that was
That set the tone early because the Niners went down the board on that possession there.
Yeah, but that is true. However, they needed some more points to win this game. That was one of the bigger plays towards the end of the game, we'll say, because both these teams' defensive lines were playing their butts off. There wasn't a whole lot going on for either one of these. Actually, Saquon did pretty good. Saquon was able to get some yards. They just couldn't get anything. They couldn't get anything into the red zone. McCaffrey, for the most part, was shut down, except as a receiver. McCaffrey as a receiver, they still was able to get some things done. And give it to Purdy. It was tough sledding, and he had to throw to a lot of different people. You had the fullback making some critical plays in this game.
Yo, did you see Hushek go after Blankenship just head on and say, you know what? I'm just going to pop you right in the face.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. He made one cut. He could have went left. He could have been right. He said, nope, coming right in your face.
Yeah.
He ran right into him, man.
And kudos to Robinson, who, this team lost Kittle very early on in the game to unfortunately, he's not coming back for the rest of the season after a torn Achilles. And you don't have Ricky Pearsall, or not, is it Ricky? Yeah, Ricky Pearsall.
Man, they even had him all year. They had him for like 2 games this year.
They didn't have Brandon Ayuk all season.
Ain't nobody, Niner fans, you still miss that guy? Apparently not.
And Jennings only had 1 reception for 40. We had a big play, but he had 1 reception all game. So you really got to take your hat off to Robinson for coming in and being really the number 1 receiver in this game. And then you got to give it to Purdy for recognizing that they had to throw the ball to win this game. They were not going to win this game on the ground. Philly was not going to allow that to happen. They're one of the better best run defenses in the league. And they found a way to get it done through the air. Now, on the other side, we can't say the same. It was almost the inverse for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles were able to get the ball going with Saquon on the ground. Not enough to score points, but, man, I mean, Jalen Hurts this is kind of what we saw during the end of the season, right? Like, this Philly offense, passing-wise, is terrible. Terrible. And
A.J. Brown is terrible.
Thank you.
He is the problem. Because last time I checked, Devontae Smith had no problem catching the ball today. Dallas Goedert didn't have any problems. Saquon Barkley didn't have any problems. A.J. Brown was the problem for Jalen Hurts today. Because he had 3 passes, especially in that fourth quarter drive, he should have caught.
Dude, and the fact that he was arguing with the coach.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
It makes it look even worse. You on the sideline got something to say. And then you come out in the second half and proceed to just straight butterfingers, man. Like that play at the end of the fourth one would have been the game-winning drive, last drive of the game, basically, for Philly.
Yep.
Maybe not wide open, but he's open. The ball's right on his hands to extend their drive and give them an opportunity to win this game. That's what you pay wide receivers for. That's what wide receivers supposedly are concerned with. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. And he drops it. And all I remember hearing is the amount of boos that rained down from Philly fan who booed Santa, mind you, many years ago. He's gone, bro. There's no way Philadelphia's bringing A.J. Brown back after him complaining most of the season, really, about not being
all year.
About not being a part of this offense. And then in the most critical moment of their season, he drops a pass.
Yep.
It's over.
That's why you have to stay ready.
Right. Like, shut up and play. Yeah. Not like the shut up and dribble thing. I don't mean like that. I mean like don't complain about not getting the ball. And then instead just keep working on your craft because the ball will come to you. Because if let's say he keeps his mouth shut and he makes this catch, nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
He makes a catch, they win the game, they're going for it. Nobody cares anymore. But because you've complained so much, you put more pressure on yourself to perform, and you came up short. You didn't do it.
Yep, and then everything gets put under a microscope when you start doing that.
Yes.
Case in point, that drop right across the middle. There was nowhere. He probably wouldn't have converted for any further there, but that was at least a 20, 37-yard catch right there, right?
Yeah.
And that was put on his hands in a game where the wind was blowing so bad. Jalen Hurts put it on a dime, and you saw it go right through his hands. And it's like, dude, we thought you were a prime wide receiver here.
That's what you said.
You're looking for calls. You're looking for all this. The Niners played a great defense today. Like, you got to give it up to the Niners who held them in check here. Yeah. Because at one point, the Niners offense kind of stalled out a little bit after that first drive, right? They really couldn't get anything going there. The Eagles had the lead at one point, but the Niners defense, again, just like Chicago's defense, you did enough to say, hey, we're still competitive right now. We got a chance to turn this around. The offense gets turned around, and then Philly just plateaus after that, right?
Yeah, they did. Yep. They couldn't get anything going. Or they had played the same way they did all game, and there wasn't going to be enough to win this particular game while the Niners found a way to make big plays.
Well, Justin Herbert
hit hard again. Yes.
On his ass again.
If I'm him, I'm like, bro, get me out of this season. I'm going on vacation. I'm leaving immediately.
Well, they're about to, man. There's a minute 55 left.
This game's over, man.
It is.
This game's over.
We went from so much good football to this shit today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm worried about Herbert. They need to go back this offseason and find either another offensive line coach or just a different offensive line because the hits that this guy is taking is crazy.
They're showing him again, too. I mean, there's this head getting slammed on the turf.
On the turf. That's a concussion, brother.
But not with that big-ass chin strap he has on his mask. Jesus Christ, man. Yes, what the hell was that?
My man's got a medium diaper on his chin strap.
God, that looks like a feminine product wrapped underneath his chin so he don't bleed out. Jesus Christ, man. That bandage was huge. But back to the Philly Niner game here. Now it's over.
Yep, that's it.
Yep. Oh, nice point in there.
Yeah.
What's the celebration they're doing this year? Woo!
I don't know.
I don't know what that means, man.
I don't know what it means either. Couldn't tell you.
What's up, Bruce? Hope you're doing well, man. Our Warriors just lost to the Hawks today.
Hey, man, the Hawks are a new team. Hey, we got to get to the chat, man. Let's get caught up on the chat. So we got the chat. We got Papa J just crashing out on the chat. Herbert is getting
it's 2-1.
Herbert is getting beat up. Yes. And then both Harbaughs are going home. Yes, they are though.
One's been home since last week. All right, yeah. So. And
then he said, Papa J's saying that Sirianni should get fired.
No,
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
AJ Brown cost him that game. I will sit here and say that AJ Brown cost him that game. The temper tantrum, the drop passes, everything, man. Like he costed that game, man.
Yeah. Well, just don't trade him. As long as they don't trade him to the Chiefs, I'll be okay.
The Chiefs need a wide receiver.
The Chiefs need like 3 wide receivers, man.
Hey, Bruce, you guys taking AJ Brown if the Eagles release him?
They take AJ Brown's tennis shoes at this point. Like you better believe
it. Bruce, sick of the Warriors lineup.
Yeah, the Warriors. Well, I'll let you talk about them. They're not. Yeah. They're fine.
He said Warriors just got canarded, shaking my head.
Luke Kennard, baby.
Hurts lost the game. You can't put a lot of that on Hurts, man. I really don't think you can. He had time to throw.
Yeah.
I like the drop passes by the Eagles players today was just atrocious. No, thank you. I do not want AJ Brown.
That's what you say. Wait till next year.
Yep. All right. That's one game down. Well, the division round is just about set, but let's turn our focus back to those San Francisco 49ers who took off and won this game. But, man, they're going to be without George Kittle.
Yeah.
That was a big...
Well, they've been missing all types of people all season. At this time, the 49ers are, crippled. I mean, they're missing Werner. They're missing Bosa. They're missing, Kittle's going to be out. They didn't have Brandon Ayuk all season. Persall is injured. Most of their wide receiver staff throughout a bulk of the season has been on again and off again. They haven't had anything stable. Their quarterback, thank goodness he's back. And McCaffrey has been the guy that's been, the most consistent, knock on wood. And so, yeah, man, at this point, the 49ers should be very proud to be where they are, considering most of the injuries that they've had. They get a chance to play against the Seattle Seahawks again. Now,
third time's the charm.
This is going to be a game. And I know we got Papa J, who's a Niner fan, but Papa J, going up to Seattle to play the Seahawks at home whenever you couldn't even score 3 points against them about a week ago. It's gonna be some fireworks in this game. Some people are getting hit. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be a really, really good game. And I don't think the Niners are gonna get blown out or anything. It's a playoff game, but I do think it's gonna be one of those almost not too much dissimilar from this game. One of those 20 to 18, 20 to 17 type games where we get just enough offense, but guys are going to it's going to be a defensive struggle too.
Oh, there's going to be some pads popping on next week here. We're waiting for the schedule to come out for next week. But look, I think Kyle Shanahan has shown why he's going to be coach of the year.
Yeah.
You got to give it up to Kyle Shanahan. I know Niner fans have mixed feelings about this guy, but look, you lose your quarterback for half a season, right? Mac Jones goes in there and does a great job. I was clamoring for Mac Jones, right? You lose your top two defenders, right? In this game alone, you had practice squad linebackers playing in a meaningful playoff game, right? They did their job. Some guy named Wallow was out there running around tackling people. I'm like, who the hell is Wallow? Right? I got people in my living room calling him Swallow. He got tackled by Swallow.
Oh my God. Come on,
Papa J, you can't lose this game because that means you guys are out of the playoffs. So of course you can't lose it there. But it is going to be a big game for the Niners, man. Like this is a big game. But Kyle Shanahan has earned Coach of the Year, right? I think Saleh is going to earn himself another head coaching job. I think the bigger question is, will Saleh leave a good spot that he's in now to take on another head coaching job?
Only for the Ravens. Only for the right job, because he already did the situation where he went for a job, and that was with the Jets.
Okay, so that was a bad decision because he should have known where he was
the Jets are garbage, and they're a garbage franchise. But anyway, yeah, I mean, if the right job comes up, you mentioned the Ravens. That's a great spot. We had a bunch of coaches get fired. So there's definitely some opportunities out there for a guy like Saleh. But if Saleh also, like we just talked about, got fired once before and came back, maybe he's good with where he's at. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying.
I don't think Shanahan's going anywhere anytime soon. So why not just stick it out, stay where you are, and continue to build with the 49ers over the next 3 to 5 years.
And that's where this team I think is really good. It's been the next man up, right? So you had Kittle go down. He's been out most of the season, right? Yeah. Tunges steps in. He's played a pretty solid game. where he's been pretty solid all year. Not like George Kittle status, right? But it's a nice fill-in to have when you have a guy go out. Same thing when Brock Purdy went out. You had Mac Jones backing him up, right? Really solid player there, right? The Niners aren't in the position of these guys who generally would not play take that role and elevate it here enough for where your starters get back. They can pick up where they left off there. So you got to give Kyle Shanahan and that entire coaching staff credit for making sure that these guys were ready. Understand that, AJ Brown, you have to be ready at all times there.
Yeah.
But we just picked up Wallow. Yeah, it's Swallow.
Will you leave that man alone?
Man, it's his name.
Grown ass man. You don't need to talk about him like that.
I'm sorry. I'm glad they didn't put an S in front of his name because can you imagine that?
It's some tough names out there. I was watching. What was that kid that plays for the Grizzlies? His last name is Coward. I'm like, what? Why? Who? What? Why?
You got Grady Dick running around the court.
Grady Dick's a good one. Because the Grady makes it worse. It doesn't make it better.
Who else? And then you got the kid Black from the Magic. So you had that kid Black and Grady Dick standing there. They did a jersey swap. Two players who should never do a jersey swap, right?
And they held they held their jerseys up next to each other. And if you can imagine what it said.
Said Black.
All right.
That was great. But that was fantastic,
moving on to okay, so let's move on to the rest of the NFC side of things. Since we've got that said, we've got the Chicago Bears taking on the
LA Rams.
The LA Rams. They will be playing in Chicago. Sorry, Rams. Y'all gotta go to Chicago. So
you thought it was cold now. Give it another week.
Oh my gosh. If this is a snow game, man, this is gonna be incredible.
Well, the last time the Rams were in a snow game didn't work out too well for them. They played against the Eagles.
West Coast teams don't do well going out to the snow.
No.
They just don't.
Nope.
But let's take some picks, man. Let's jump into it. Let's start with Seattle and the 49ers. Seattle and the Niners, this game, of course, will be played in Seattle. Seattle comes in pretty much with their team's pretty healthy. They've got that two-headed running back monster in Chardonnay and
F the Rams.
And Walker. They've got a Darnold who he has his ups and downs, but Sam Darnold at least can control the game. And they've got a defense that is not quite as good, but is trying to be the baby Legion of Boom right now. And they they don't have Cam Chancellor or any of those guys, but they've got a really good defense. So I think this is the game where the 49ers injuries bite them in the butt. I think the Niners are more than a capable team. I just think that the amount of injuries that they have sustained over the course of the season, at this point in the season, playing against a team that is for the most part healthy, especially at least for their star players, Smith Najee and their running back situation, their quarterback. I don't know if the Niners are going to have enough to pull this out in Seattle. I think Seattle gets the win.
You can't write this team off. It's very hard to do that.
You can't. I'm not saying you write them off. I'm just saying.
But where this is going to hurt them is at wide receiver.
Oh yeah.
DeMarcus Robinson is not going to be your number one. Like let's make that be clear.
Not against this defense. No.
No. You know who needs to be the number one? Jawan Jennings. Like he's got to be wide receiver one in this game. If they get a chance. Kendrick Bourne, right? Where was he today?
He's not on them. He's not.
But what I'm saying is they all have to play wide receiver one, right?
Yeah.
Because you eliminate it's already tough to try to eliminate McCaffrey, but you pull him out, right? When you look at the rest of that lineup, you're like, who's a threat on the offensive ball not named Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah.
And so that's where you're going to have it. You need a bigger game from Jawan Jennings, Kendrick Bourne, DeMarcus Robinson. Like, you cannot have Taj, how dare you?
I'm sorry, Pop. Is that Papa J? I'm sorry.
That was Papa J.
I'm sorry.
Yes, DeMarcus Robinson was awesome today, right? He had the big catch in the first quarter here. Is that sustainable for the rest of the playoffs though? That's you have to ask yourself that question. Is he your number one target?
Right.
So That's all I'm saying is they got to find a way to. Everyone's got to be a little more number one stylish here, but I gotta go with Seattle, man.
And let's not forget that Seattle can run the ball.
Yeah.
They can run the ball.
Well, and we clearly saw that in week 18.
Yeah.
In Santa Clara. So I do take Seattle by a field goal on this one. I think so. I think you're right. The Niners injuries are going to come back and bite them.
Yeah, and I just think at this point, like I said, you've been able to skate with those injuries, but when we get this late in the season and the stakes are this high, I think Seattle gets it. And again, Papa J, I'm not saying this because I'm a hater on the 49ers. I know B hates the 49ers, but it's just because I'm just looking at it from a just open, unbiased perspective. All right.
Papa J. Brian, how dare you too? How dare you use my government name? That's it. I'm unsubscribing.
Don't do that. We have so few. Let's move on to the other NFC game between Chicago and the Rams. This game is interesting, and I'm going to have a hard time calling this one because as much as I want to say the Rams are the better team, if they go into a snowstorm, or this is obviously going to be played in 30-degree weather or less, I don't know if the Rams are really prepared for that. I don't know if they're prepared for that. And Chicago's done a very good job of...
Oh, sorry. Hold on. We got breaking news right now.
Uh-oh, what happened?
They have released the schedule for next weekend. Hold on. Loading up. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Divisional round, Saturday, the 17th. You've got the Niners and the Seahawks. Damn it. Oh, here it is. Niners and Seahawks. And then you have, I believe it's the Bills and Broncos on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the Bears and the Rams, followed by the Patriots and the winner of that garbage show tomorrow. So now we know the games are happening.
There you go. B, we had your camera freeze. Your camera's frozen, buddy. I don't know why. You stopped your camera.
Stopped my camera. I was like, oh, breaking news. I lost my mind. My bad, y'all. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. My bad, y'all. All that excitement.
Too much excitement. Too much.
Yeah. You guys can hear me though, right?
Yeah. No, we can hear you well. You're still frozen though. I don't know what's going on.
That's weird. Anyways,
but
I like being a
ghost.
Anyways, all right, cool. Another short week for the Niners. That's BS. Imagine playing Monday night and then having to play Sunday.
Ravens, Steelers. They're literally going to be walking into one of those teams is probably going to be playing Denver next week.
My team is not the Ravens, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Steelers and the Texans. Thank you.
Yes. But back to the Bears and the Rams here. You going with the Bears, right?
I'm having a hard time with this one.
I'll make it simple. I'm going with the Bears.
B's going with the Bears. Then
I'm going with the Bears. Absolutely here. I'm right. I'm sitting on this wave of the Bears here because look, they're one of those teams you cannot put to rest. Yeah. These last 5 or 6 games have been close games, and they've all come back from single to double digit deficits here. Yeah. And all that's been doing is just building confidence in these games here, knowing that they're not out of it there. So I see this continuing on, especially now being in Chicago, where that grass is probably going to be like an ice rink pretty much, right? And we all know the Rams are inside of this nice, pretty dome, away from the elements. I think they're winning this game.
You know what? I think I'm going to join you. I think I'll take the Bears as well. The Rams really didn't. They went up against a Carolina team that gave them a lot of trouble, and it's not going to get any easier with them taking on the Bears. Oh, there you are. Now you're back.
There we go. Hey, Papa J, call me out. Call me a ventriloquist.
Who's got their hand up your butt?
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm being part of a tush push all of a sudden.
That's true. So, I mean, just based on that, I think, you're going up against a team much like Carolina, that has probably a little bit better of a defense, slightly better at the quarterback position. I guess that's arguable. But and the other thing, like you said, I mean, Chicago's been tough to kill, and they're playing at home. And I think that's the biggest thing for Chicago is being able to play at home in mid January against a team that plays in the dome on the West Coast. I think the Rams are going to have to kind of overcome that. Although they did play in Carolina and they got the job done, Carolina ain't exactly Illinois. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm gonna take Chicago. I think Chicago finds a way to keep the game close and find a way to pull it out at the end like they've done so most.
And then we've got the Bills and the Patriots. Another divisional showdown in the playoffs. 1-1. This game is back in New England. Last time they played, the Bills got them in Highwater Stadium.
They did. I'm gonna go Bills, man. I really like the Patriots. I like what they were able to do, but I gotta say this game that they played was absolute dumpster fire. Offensively, they didn't look very on point. Drake May, great season, but there's still a lot on his shoulders for a young quarterback. The Chargers are so very up and down as they have been the entire season that it's not the same, it's not the same caliber of team as playing the Buffalo Bills. And I think the Bills will come in not afraid of playing in cold weather, no problem. And I think Josh Allen and the Bills get it done. I think they beat New England.
The last time the Patriots had a bad showing, they came out, beat the Ravens. That previous game was a bad loss to the Bills. I'm taking the Patriots in this game here.
All right.
Yes, it wasn't ugly, but they did win. But they grew from that. They're growing from this year. I think just like, unfortunately, like the Niners, there's a little bit of a revenge game for these Patriots here. Them being at home as well, being able to host this game again gives them a lot of momentum here. I'm going with the Patriots in this one here. Was it ugly today? Absolutely. I just don't expect that being 2 weeks in a row, especially from a team that's learned from this after losing to the Bills and then beating the Ravens the next week after. So I will go. I'm going to go opposite. I'm going Patriots to beat the Bills.
All right. Well, there you go.
Papa J says the Bills. He's right there with you.
Yeah, he's with me. That's right.
Of course he would be. He's a Laker fan. They have a partner with each other.
Yeah, well, we're talking about football now.
I don't care. I'm bringing it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've got it wrong. So, excuse me. The number 1 seed is the Broncos. The Bills are the lowest seed to win. So the Bills would play the Broncos. Even better.
Oh, well.
Patriots are the number 2 seed, so that means they're going to play the slightly better seed. So they're going to play the winner of the Steelers and the Texans game.
Did I have that wrong? I apologize, people.
So the Broncos and the Bills playing in Mile High, of course. So we got to redo this. We got to redo this all over since we made that mistake. I'm still taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Broncos.
I'm still taking the Bills.
I am taking those Broncos.
I'm still taking the Bills because the Broncos deserve every bit of what they've done this season. They really have. But much like New England, this is their first go at it. And I think the experience that the Bills will have is going to help get them over the top. And then the Patriots, whoever the Patriots play, sounds like you're just going to pick the Patriots.
Yeah.
So you think if Patriots play the Texans, they win, Steelers, they win no matter what?
No. Oh, yeah, 100%.
All right.
Actually, you know what? If the Texans win, they may present a little bit of a challenge.
All right.
So I'm going to stick with the Patriots. I'm going to stick with the Patriots. I think the Bills winning today kind of helps the Patriots also advance now that we look at it differently.
Yeah. No, that's you're probably right.
Jesus.
It may help the Bills advance, too, playing a younger team like the Broncos with Bo Nix to get this may be the Bills' opportunity to find themselves in the...
You know what is even more disgusting right now is that the NFC West is going to represent somebody in the Super Bowl. They've got 3 teams left. That's disgusting.
Yeah, they're literally playing against themselves.
You're gonna have an NFC West matchup next week, and then possibly an NFC matchup in the championship game.
But one of the 3 are going to the Super Bowl for sure.
Oh, 100%. Now, which one is it gonna be?
That's the question. Is it this? Do we see the Seahawks in the Super Bowl for the 3rd time in their history?
How weird would that be to have Seattle playing in the Super Bowl at Levi's?
nasty, man.
What would you think of that, Papa J? The Seattle Seahawks winning the Super Bowl at Levi Stadium. Rage bait him now.
That's terrible.
It's awesome.
As long as it's not the Patriots, I do not want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl. They were supposed to be bad for 20 years after Tom Brady. I'm very upset.
That's not working for you guys no more. Denver and Houston in the AFC Championship. That's an interesting matchup.
I wouldn't mind that though because it's
different.
New blood. Yeah, somebody new gets to go to the Super Bowl.
I agree with that.
But to be honest, these are all new teams out of the side of the Niners. The Niners have been in the Super Bowl maybe most recently, but the Bears, the Rams, Seahawks, Broncos, Bills, Patriots, and I really don't want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Well, and so the only remaining Super Bowl champion that has a ring in this is Matthew Stafford, quarterback wise.
Yeah, the Rams. Yeah.
You better wash your mouth with soap. No, you know what? Now I'm going to antagonize it even more. Sam Darnold's going to win the Super Bowl MVP at Levi's after you guys let him go, and he's going to enjoy that. And what's even worse is Seattle's going to have the whole locker room because they're the number 1 seed overall, and they're going to sit there and just rub their grubby little feet all over the Niners locker room.
Here we go.
Take that with you, Papa J.
Here we go. You know how bad it will be when all of the Seattle Seahawks fans come just sliding down from Seattle all over the Bay Area.
Oh, I know.
They'll be
right?
everywhere. They will be absolutely everywhere. They already show up for the Niner games anyway, but the fact that if they were in the Super Bowl, it'd be much, much worse.
Oh, I had to get that out of my system. That was great.
Oh man. Well,
what else we got?
I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if we want to hit on anything in the NBA other than your team.
Yeah, we
sucking.
do. Trae Young just got traded for absolutely nothing.
Garbage.
Holy cow. You know, as a Warrior fan watching that unfold, you know what we're getting Jonathan Kuminga for? Dog shit, pretty much. We ain't getting nothing out of that. Are you kidding me?
Oh man, let me look at the exact trade because it's so bad. I have to go back and look at.
As you look at it, Papa J goes, "That's just blasphemy."
Let's see. I watched recent. What is the actual trade here?
And I'm not taking that back, Papa J. I mean that with everything.
Yeah, I don't see. I need the actual trade. You know, I'm tired of like people covering things, but we don't cover the actual trade. CJ McCollum. That's
yeah,
it.
Pretty much.
It was pretty much Trae Young for CJ McCollum.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Who's the better player out of those two?
Trae Young. They didn't even trade any draft picks or anything. It's just CJ McCollum and somebody named Corey Kispert. I don't even know who that is.
I don't know either.
The value of this year's trade deadline is garbage, guys. Garbage.
Yep. Why do you think there's not been a lot of movement in the NBA since the trade deadline?
I mean, if Trae Young is getting traded straight up pretty much for CJ McCollum, who we haven't even heard for him. He was in the basement of the Wizards, Washington Wizards. He's in the doghouse, in the basement over there in a ball club that no one watches or cares about. Nobody's talked about CJ McCollum in at least 3 years.
Jesus Christ, Jimmy Butler and Curry both had 30 points and the Warriors still found to lose. Jesus Christ, man.
I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you. Telling you, man. But no, it was a crap trade. I mean, the Wizards are the Wizards, and we gotta remember that they're the Wizards. They're not gonna get any better. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. I got you.
Ventriloquist again.
Yeah, he's like you're not really AI. I got you. You're back. But yeah, man. The Wizards are garbage. They're a garbage franchise. They've had talent before. They got into playoffs that one time when they had Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. By the way, it's Bradley Beal still in the league.
Has anybody heard from him in the Clippers?
Anybody seen Bradley Beal?
Nope. Look, Papa J,
Anybody.
I'm not too much of a hater. Look, I'll show you this little collector item I have. Look at that. You see that, Papa J? I don't hate too much. There you go.
There you go.
A little color match too. You like that?
Purdy.
Yeah. You only get pretty rocked on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this trade deadline is garbage, dude. Nobody's making any moves. The fact that this made more headlines than anything else is like, oh man, we may not see anything happen.
Yeah. And to be fair, we're in the dog, like the dog days of the NBA season where football is king. So we got to wait till after the Super Bowl to even start thinking about some of this stuff.
No, yeah. But at the same time, though, you just, oh God. Hey, did you watch the video about the Pop-Tart Bowl that I told you about?
I did not.
Oh, you got to watch it, man. The Pop-Tart Bowl was absolutely monstrous. But we got to talk about something that we brought up before we end the show here, because this is why college sports is getting out of control, man. Like, they got to put a stop to these NIL deals, to people being able to transfer, all this other crap. Let me look up his name real quick. James Nagy, a 2023 NBA pick, enrolled to Baylor.
Okay.
An NBA player.
23-year-old? Dang.
31st overall pick.
Okay.
Is going back to college to play college basketball, and he could start.
How many years did he play in the league? Did he play? I don't even know who this guy is. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Look, this is a problem with college rules here. And I got to read this because it doesn't make any sense. The guy, and I forgot who was talking about. The guy has received professional athlete training, right? He's got some of the top-notch facilities. He's been in the league, right? And now he's going to college to prove what?
I have no idea.
You're 2 years out from playing, right?
Yeah.
So why do you feel the need to go back? Because you can't cut it in the NBA? That's how competitive this is. So you feel like you should go back to college, right? Was not to say LeBron, who has eligibility in college, who's never played before, it can go back and play at Ohio State.
I don't think so. That sounds ridiculous.
Dude, it's
this guy's last name? Nagy what?
And not James Nagy, Nnaji.
Oh.
So players who went pro, this is the ruling. Recent NCAA decisions have made it possible for players who went pro in other leagues, like overseas or the G League, but never signed an NBA contract, to regain college eligibility.
I see. So he was an overseas player?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But he was drafted in the NBA.
Right.
The lucrative NIL landscape makes returning to college financially appealing, offering guaranteed income and a chance to develop further before potentially re-entering the NBA. And then players are finding ways to leverage these rules to gain significant college playing time and education, even after starting professional careers. I'm going to just call it out as I see it right now. You are going back to college, but I damn well know you ain't getting no degree out of that. You know why? Because you've already signed a professional contract. You've already made your millions. You're going there to play basketball. That's it.
Well, maybe he is going back, because what else is there to get out? Look at this. This guy. Look. James Nagy debuts. I'm reading the article. 5 points and 4 fouls.
In college, right?
Yeah.
I don't care.
He's not making any. His NIL money is exactly that, NIL nil.
But
he's not getting much. I can tell you that.
Taj, he just took a roster spot away from a scholarship.
True.
From someone trying to make a name for themselves.
That's the school's choice. They don't have to. It's not like he could force his way onto a roster.
But
they have to make the choice to take him.
Nah, I don't like it, dude. Once you go pro, that's it. You're done.
I mean, I thought that's the way it was too. I thought that was the way it was too, man.
Like, I know the rules were, once you have an agent, you cannot go back to college. Yeah. Like, guys who enter the draft, who enter without an agent, if they know they're not going to make it out, then they could go back to school, right? But the minute you pick up an agent, that's it. The same thing needs to be done with these NIL deals. The minute you sign an NIL deal, you're done. You finish out your career. You either are going to make it into the pros or you're done. You can't go back. Same thing happened in Washington earlier this week. The quarterback who signed a $5 million NIL deal with Washington last week, this week tried to transfer out. So he tried to take Washington's money and then leave to go sign somewhere else for another deal. And Washington said, no, we're getting our lawyers involved. And he goes, oh, okay, I'm not transferring no more.
Yeah, well, that's stupid. That's just stupid.
But that's what I'm saying, man. It's just the college scene has now turned into the professional scene. And the only thing that's different is it says amateur on it. But you're allowed this whole NIL and transfer portal for college football players is stupid. Like, you should only be able to transfer once. And college kids are just transferring like it's out of style.
Yeah, man. Hey.
It's ridiculous, man. It's taken away from what college sports is all about.
Yeah, well, I agree with that part on the athletic side of it and the teams and keeping teams together and creating some of these dynasties that we're used to seeing. But at the end of the day, man, the only reason they got NIL is because of free enterprise, man. Free enterprise, and that's capitalism, and that's how our country's run, bro. The fact is that this is the payment for the millions and millions and almost billions of dollars that these schools have been paid when the players weren't. And the schools had no problem collecting as many checks as humanly possible, regardless of what happened to the player. So
here's what you do with that.
They can find a middle ground, but it's gotta work some way, the way it works in the real world. Where
you gotta treat it like a business, bro. Right?
That's what they're doing, because before they weren't.
But what I'm saying is, instead of endorsing NIL deals, let's use Alabama, for instance, right? Alabama probably brings in millions of dollars into that program. Football, basketball, other sports, whatever you may call it there.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the year, right, you've got, let's say, all that revenue that you've generated, you know what? Here's a portion of it that's going to go to our facilities. Here's a bonus for our student athletes. Mm-hmm. Right? Here you go. Here's $50,000, right? We're already paying for your tuition, your boarding, your schooling, all of that there. Mm-hmm. But hey, here's some bonus money for making our school, what I'm looking for? On the map, pretty much. Now, Alabama doesn't need it, but that's what I'm talking about there, right? Like, we go to work, and at the end of the year, we get a bonus if we perform, right? That's how they should treat this here. And then at the end of your third year, if you don't plan on going pro, but you want to go play somewhere else, hey man, your 3 years is up. We've got all the usage out of our contract with you. Go do whatever you want at that point, right? Yeah. That's how I see that being able to work. But allowing a freshman who's going into a sophomore year to say, I want to go play at this school now because they're looking like that they're going to be national champions. I want to go there. No, you signed with that school. So you stay with that school up until your fourth year. And if you're there for that long, go transfer. But these schools are just committing left and right to these athletes who are just going to end up leaving at the end of it there. It's like, why even sign them?
Well, that and with the NIL, I mean, it's something that the college world is still trying to navigate. And I think this is just one of those bumps in the roads that they're going to have to go through in order to kind of get to where it makes more sense. But for now,
that's one hell bump in the road. I'll tell you that.
It's just what's going to happen. They had to upend the entire way that they do business. So of course there are going to be these situations where it's like, hey, no, this doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. So, dude, they'll figure it out. They're not going to have a choice. But again, I think that I think they'll be just fine. They'll be mad at a few players here or there, but remember, those players have to perform in order to get to the next stage anyway, if that's what they intend to do. So,
but they got to make it worth it, man.
Yeah.
Papa J, maybe he's taking a Planned Parenthood class in college.
Really? Why?
just to put a criteria on the record? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, man, I just that really just frustrated the hell out of me to hear. It's just like, dude, we don't need this. It makes it hard for other schools to compete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like watching Indiana this year, you know why Indiana football is so good? Because most of them have stayed for 4 years.
Yeah.
So you build that trust, you build that bond, you start getting better. Then they bring in a coach who, in the first 2 years, has a chance of winning a national championship for a school that's known for basketball in a movie.
The Hoosiers.
Yes. And now they're one game away from being the first 16-0 team. Suck on that, Alabama, and all you overpriced SEC and Big Ten teams. You got this team out there who's ready to win it.
Exactly. No,
I'm rooting for them.
I understand what you're saying, the continuity and that aspect of it. I totally get that. It's just they got to fight. They got to figure it out, man. You got to fight with everybody else in NIL deals in order to get things done, and it's going to take them some time to figure it out. But, yeah, eventually they may end up being like college basketball. And that won't be fun, but you never know.
No, I don't think the NFL could do one and done in college basketball.
Well, no, because you got to be prepared to play.
You have a 19-year-old in the NFL, you'd absolutely murdered.
You never know.
Taj, name me one 19-year-old who's ready to become an NFL player.
No,
exactly.
Gotta be a grown man. Otherwise, you're gonna die.
Like Justin Herbert out there.
Yeah, right.
Damn, Trevor Lawrence got a big ass forehead.
He had a target on it today too, because he was getting destroyed.
Yeah, he was. Brian Thomas Jr.
All right.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Papa J says Hoosiers was a great movie. It was good. Gene Hackman.
Yeah, good old Gene Hackman. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
That's right. Rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Hey, did you watch Stranger Things the last episode?
Yeah, I kind of fell asleep on it, but I did see the end.
Did you watch it again?
No, I didn't.
No, you said you fell asleep. You said you had to rewatch it again.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch it again. Other things popped up. Started watching other stuff. You know, we just watched this Predator Badlands movie last night.
What you think? I liked that movie. I enjoyed it.
I hope they continue with it. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to get through all of it or rewatch it, I guess.
Rest in peace, Gene. Absolutely. Gene was also in another good sports movie, The Replacements. That's one of my favorite football movies ever.
Oh, was that the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
When they all get in that brawl fight.
The sumo. They had the sumo guy.
I'm Japanese, not Chinese. That movie was great.
Oh man.
You got the gambling kicker.
Oh yeah, man. I had to go back and watch that, man. It's been years.
You got the bodyguards. You got the inappropriate cheerleaders. You got the con and the police officer. It was almost like The Longest Yard.
Basically, yeah. Basically, it was. Oh,
I heard Stranger Things was all about the LGBTQ. No, not entirely. There's some cultural moments in there, that's for sure. Dude, I'm done betting, by the way. Like, I played 2 underdog tabs today, and both of them took an absolute dump on me today.
Well, man, you gotta... Yeah, it's just not viable, man.
Trevor Lawrence helped me out. I needed him to throw a touchdown in the first half. He did it. I needed Josh Allen to throw a touchdown. Dumbass ran for a touchdown.
Not a lot of touchdowns.
James Cook needed to get in the end zone. I don't know how he didn't. Dude. Done. Done with underdog. Going to Prize Picks.
Gotta just get... Okay. Still gambling, but yeah. Okay. Well, you let me know how the Prize Picks things go. I can't get with it, man. All you just start doing is losing.
It's just the prop bets, man. Like, every time I bet, I'm like, I should probably just not do what I say I'm going to do. Like, write it down, but then do the opposite of what I'm writing down.
Like Charles Barkley. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm the Charles Barkley of every time I gamble, man. It's just, it never works out.
Absolutely, man. I hear that.
All right. Vegas will always win. Yes.
Got that right.
They will always win.
How else can they keep that town floating in the middle of a freaking desert alive?
Right?
All right, folks. Well, I think that's all we got. Got to play it next week, man. We got the divisional rounds, and then we figure out who's going to get the opportunity to play in the championship games. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, a little bit of basketball going on, but honestly, right now there isn't a whole lot to talk about. Lakers suck right now, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Getting on my
Warriors
nerves.
suck right now. That's all I'm going to say about that. We're wasting one of Steph Curry's finest years right now, just saying, you know what, just flush it down the toilet. Ain't nobody give a shit about this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man.
Nobody cares. But until next time, we'll be back Sunday, 7:30 Pacific time to talk about the divisional round games. And of course, we've got the Steelers and the Ravens tomorrow. I'm hoping that Aaron Rodgers retires. I hope this is his retirement game.
The NFL won't allow that.
I hope it happens.
Neither will the Baltimore kicker as well. He won't allow it either. We had a chance to end it and didn't take that opportunity, man.
All right. Well, thanks, Papa J. Thanks, Bruce, for joining us this evening. Until next time, man. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Peace.
Peace, y'all.